And so this would be the beginning point of the project. As you can see, the two end pieces have not been painted at all yet, but they are encased in a skin-out layer of fiberglass and epoxy resin. So we need to make the different members. You see they're bolted on. You can imagine how long this is. Then it's approaching 12 feet long probably. And the concept is that this boat could be used in really three different capacities. One would be just simply the rowboat itself. This is a standard yacht tender dinghy or a river running dinghy, where you want a real small dinghy for going through the rapids. And then with the added pieces, of course, you're looking at more carrying capacity. We'd want to finish out, perhaps this is a float. This could be finished as a compartment that would be watertight. And then here is the other component. Now I've put oars. I have some old oars from my previous boat here that I had. These actually would not be members that would be used, but just to show some members. Here it is rigged out in prototype Outrigger mode. And the concept would be to finish the AMA, this second hull, which you could see is just in a state of just mocked up but not really finished. So the idea would be to finish this. It would have a deck over it so that it would be afloat. And I think you can imagine if you could weave a trampoline between the members here, you'd have even more space. So I think we're looking at a possible fun little boat for, say, 4 high school age or lighter adults, or two full-size adults, or easily sort of a family boat for parents and a couple of kids. If you're familiar with dinghies or small boats, you understand the idea of a lee board. A lee board is in a sailboat where you don't have a center board. In a center board, you'd have to cut out the bottom of the boat and place in a dagger board or a center board type apparatus. But a lee board, what we do is we build a frame along the outside of the boat that would hold a board that would swing up and down, and it would actually hold a rudder apparatus. And my concept is to experiment with the idea of a mast being placed outboard of the rig, of the hulls itself, and see how we could get that to sail. What would be interesting is, can we make this thing go upwind? Can we make it tack without much sail assistance or extra paddling? How do we paddle? Are we going to paddle? Do we need to have more distance between the AMA and the main hull so that we can actually row? Or do we forget rowing and we paddle at this point once we're fitted as an outrigger? Again, the final boat could be used in 3 modes. It could be set up as an outrigger, or it could be used as just a simple dinghy, or a dinghy with the end pieces for a little bit more carrying capacity. We could also think about just rigging up the main boat as a sailboat. So what this does is it provides us a project for some finish work, and also some experimentation. And of course, the other component of this is making some sort of frame that would fit that could be adapted to any SUV, so that we could carry this on top of an SUV without, and put it on and take it off without scratching the car. So this would be the concept of the project. We could have you know, a team of, say, 2 people working to finish the hull. We could have a couple of people finishing each back box and front box. We could have a team of people, 2 or 3 people working on the AMA at the same time, and then we could have a small sort of design team that could rotate. All these could rotate, that would be working on the car top carrier invention. And as the project progresses, of course, all the roles and all of the tasks will change. And at the same time, we can price this all up. We could figure out what the cost to materials and the number of man hours we have in it, labor hours, people hours, and we could actually figure out what this would cost with the idea that, hey, if we could get this thing to work and it was kind of fun, we might want to make some more of these. Also, on the testing, when we take this out to Jamalas Bay and throw it in the water and row it around and get it to sail, we could figure out what would make a better hull shape. What would make a faster, better shape? And we could, of course, go back into the drawing room and make little cardboard models to scale and test them. So we could have a whole kind of project in design build in this medium. And this medium, if you know, is mostly, there's a little bit of table saw work that we could do, but mostly this would be jigsaws, hand saws. You could actually hand drill. You could make this whole thing without power tools at all if you wanted to go that route. But that would be the some highlights of the project. Also, we'd work with masks in the environment of epoxy coating, because we don't want those vapors. We want people to learn safety with the use of this type of chemicals. And then, of course, there's a painting and finishing out, putting chafing gear around the outside, like braided rope along the edges for coming alongside other boats, that sort of thing, and then some basic seamanship once we're out in the water. Okay, so that would be the project. Thank you.